next session.
Yeah, thank you.
विवेकानंद सर, विवेकानंद जी, विवेकानंद जी, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Jay Krishnan sir. There was some technical fault that is here, so we resolved it right now. Thank you, Jay Krishnan sir, for your nice and very interactive lecture. Hope our participants will be benefited to it. Now I would like to invite Professor Samir S. Sahasrabudhe sir for the next lecture of the session 3. Professor Samir S. Sahasrabudhe is currently working as an adjunct professor Symbiosis International University. He has also worked as senior project research scientist in IIT Bombay. He has offered many MOOC semester courses and workshops in NPTEL as well as in various places. He has also worked as senior faculty associate and senior project manager at IIT Bombay and Tata Institute of Social Sciences. He is a member of many committees and he has various awards and honors in his credit. Now I would like to invite Professor Samir S. Sahasrabudhe sir to kindly start your lecture.
Okay. Thank you. Can you hear me? Is there a echo here? Maybe you have to mute your side. Can you mute it, sir?
Vivekanand ji, please mute your mic.
Yes. Okay. Now, is it better? People can just, yes, good morning. I hope, yes. Can you just, yeah, you are audible. Okay, fine. So let me begin without spending any more time because we are already at 11:42 now. And I know, in fact, we discussed in the early morning today, and I realized that there was a swap in the batting order. So I am actually better at a position which is mostly about student centricity. And Dr. Jayakrishnan is a master of this mentoring thing. So I realized that I should not go one down and he should go one down and I'll come two down because that is a more apt to the topic. So I'm really thankful to Lucknow team and it's a family actually. So like all of us are been in touch with each other for a long time now. So we understand the situation. And I'm sure Dr. Jayakrishnan has done justice to the topic that he was handed over at the last minute. So, and I know because he's capable of that, not just capable, but he's very knowledgeable on that. The way he has interacted with teachers and the team at Lucknow is a living example of this. So this is excellent thing to say. Somebody said disturbance is in the sound, but if nobody else has a crib, I'm not going to really. Okay, there is some buzzing sound. They say. Okay, is it better now? You can tell me, and I will just I'll just go ahead with this now. Okay, fine, great. So let me just share my screen now, and I have a presentation which I'm going to share with all of you. Okay, so let me see if you can see this. Uh, can you also see this when I present it in the full screen mode? Can you just send me a chat on that? If you can see the presented text, so that I'll be able to. Okay. Can somebody start the audio and tell me whether you can see my full screen presentation?
Yes,
Full
sir.
screen is not
Okay, great.
there.
Yes, this is the full screen. So now I am on slide number 2, right? Yeah. So yeah, people have already introduced me in a very nice manner. In fact, that is one of the most appropriate and the shortest introduction that I wanted to hear, instead of very long and quite unnecessary sometimes. But the one I am going to present is slightly giving you the context of what I am doing and what I come from, so that it is easy for me to see how how to interact with me. Okay, so to start with, I am a fine arts graduate, by the way. I am not from science or engineering background at all. I am a fine arts graduate. I am an artist, and like any other fine arts graduate, I also joined advertising agency immediately after that. But I started thinking about how to use my illustration into better use. So I actually went ahead to use it for animation filmmaking, and I learned animation filmmaking in Hyderabad for 3 years. And I was very fortunate because we had Russian teachers to teach us animation. But this was all paper animation, so this was not the computer animation course. So it was very extensive course. 3 years we were only drawing and creating animation. So that was very extensive. Later on, I joined Z Telefilms in animation department of theirs, and that was beginning of my animation career. But soon I realized that animation for entertainment in India is not as powerful or as um, uh, developed as I wanted to work on, and therefore I was interested in looking at how animation can be used for educational purposes. And with that in mind, I wanted to jump into academia. So as you can see on the top, I have these boxes and circles where the my life has been like education and a job, education and a job. Only when I came to IIT Bombay, that circle was inside the square. So where I was actually doing my PhD along with my job. But this period of 17 years, where I didn't do PhD for 17 years, but yeah, 4 years of that. But rest of my experience with IIT Bombay has been really, really fruitful, and it is all that experience that has made me today what I am. So right now I work as a research scientist at IIT Bombay, and as well as adjunct faculty at other places. The reason I wanted to tell you this is because when I give examples in my course, you would be easy for you to talk about it. Okay, so I am going to skip most of these because you have already seen Dr. JK talk about it. I have one question for you. I want to ask you, why do you think that the MOOCs fail to engage their learners? And we are not going to use Padlet, by the way. Just type your chat messages. That what is one reason you think that the MOOCs are not able to engage with their learners? All of you, I suppose, have some experience about what is a MOOC, right? So the question is, why MOOCs fail? It's not live. Oh, okay. You cannot see the PPT. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Nobody said that. Okay. Somebody, learners are not digitally educated. Okay. Uh, Something called as human touch is missing. Okay. Interaction. Okay. Lack of live interaction. Not able to interact with students directly. MOOCs is one-sided. No pictures. Internet connectivity. Yes. Okay. Any other thing? So I think you guys are not able to see the presentation mode. So let me see if I can do something about it. Yes. Cannot create interest among learners. Very good point. Long videos which are monotonous. Very good. One-way traffic. Availability of devices. Okay. Very good. Okay. By the way, do you know uh, what is the standard percentage of how many people complete and get certificate in a MOOC? Can you give me a percentage? Like out of the 100% students, uh, who enroll for a MOOC, how many percent people will complete the MOOC? 60%, 30%. It is just going down by half now. 60, 50, 30, 15, 10, 50%, 40%, 20%, 15%, 84%. Somebody has an accurate figure also. 82%. Okay. Yes, yes. Let me tell you, some people have already quoted that number. It is between 8 to 10% only. And this is applicable worldwide. This is applicable across the domains, right? And it is 100% is not possible, sir. Yeah, MOOCs are a very different way of learning because you are learning from home, you are alone, you are not having any peer interaction, and therefore uh, very less number of people actually are able to complete a MOOC. So that's the reason that yeah, I'm going to share the screen. Wait. So let me see where I can share the screen. Right. Uh, okay. Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, somebody give me a audio response because I cannot see the chat when I am on this full screen. Thank you. So what we wanted to create was, we will create a learner-centric book approach in order to address this online thing. But when I talk about learner-centric book approach, I am not talking only about MOOCs, basically. It is for any online medium. And in fact, sometimes it is also applicable for offline medium, like a classroom thing. Because a lot of people have asked this question about student interaction and student, what you say, how do you get a rapport with the student? So therefore, I thought that will get on this particular point. I'm not going to go there, but okay, I'm going to do this thing here. Before that, can you, I'm just stopping the share now. Can you tell me what are typical components of a MOOC? What all consists in a MOOC? So MOOC will have videos and what else? So can you just come up with certain things? What all is required to be in a MOOC? Quizzes, okay. E-content, okay. Assignments, quizzes, okay. Can you write all the things in one post instead of writing one word? Feedback, assignment, survey, discussions, attend. Suddenly attendance is coming in between. Quiz, assignment, videos, feedback. Okay, somebody wrote very nicely. Quiz, assignment, videos, right? Okay, I think most of the time people are correct. So we have e-content, which is mostly in the form of videos. Yes, e-content, quizzes, feedback, videos, notes, PDF, right? So we will now have a look at that how we will change the, slightly change the type of this content in order to make it learner centric. So I'll again share my screen. Now it should be fine. So what we are going to do is we are going to change our videos into learning dialogues. Okay, so what does that mean? Instead of a plain video, because video is very monotonous, everyone said that. We call it a monologue, like only I am speaking all the time and there is no chance of anybody else to speak, then definitely we will have an issue here. So right now, let me see if I have my colleague Natasha Gomes. So Professor Natasha, if you are there, you can just start the audio for a while, because you can read the chat messages and update me as and when there are any comments about it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, will you do that?
Yes, I will. As of now, it's assignment and
Okay, fine. So yeah, your audio is slightly low, but I am barely able to hear you. Okay, so I am going to talk about small changes that you make in this video content in order to make it learner centric or student centric. So first of all, we talk about videos. Videos are typically monologues, and in order to make it dialogue, what we need to do is that the content should be having a reflection spot in between. So when we had a reflection spot there, what happens is that the learners get a chance to reflect upon. So the video pauses, like I did a reflection spot just now. Dr. JK did a reflection spot with a Mentimeter, probably. I don't know whether he did it, but he must have. So when we pause and then you started giving me on the chat messages, that is where you reflect upon, and the monologue becomes a dialogue, because I will pause and I'll ask you to write something or say something. In a video which is pre-recorded, I will be able to do that also, because I will pause the video for a while and ask you to write down your answers. But when I come back on the video, I will summarize whatever you have possibly said in my summary video. So this is what is called as learning dialogue, where content followed by reflection spot followed again by content will be accessed by the learner, and therefore the learning monologue will be converted into learning dialogue. That is one thing we have changed. What we have changed is that for every video, second point is that for every video we have created a activity. Now this activity will be kept under the video, so that anybody who watches the video will have to compulsorily perform that activity, and thereby their understanding of this concept will be strengthened, misconceptions will be addressed, and some micro practice will be provided for them so that they can practice it again and again. So we have seen that this makes a lot of difference when people want to interact with yes, H5P, somebody said H5P. Yes, H5P is one way of making the video interactive. Exactly, very good point. We will talk about it in a detailed thing maybe. Case studies, exactly. So Narsimha is saying that what about the case studies? So now this is activities. The case studies is the additional reading material. So what happens is that lot of times, now all of you, I would like to ask you one question, that for every course that we are taking in our college, there used to be reading material given at the end of the course. How many people actually read all the material which was given in the course? Yes, learning extension trajectory. Oh, you know the names already. So can you tell me how many people used to read all the material available in the course? Additional reading material, which were papers, book chapters, and things like that. How many people used to read that? 20%, 7 to 10%. Like very honest answers actually. So obviously we could not read it. And you know why we were not reading it? Would anyone like to speak about it? You can just switch on their microphone and speak. Why only 7, 10, 15, not beyond 20%? Nobody has said beyond 20%. Take it lightly, okay? Google was available, okay, but they have done a list of things for you already. Why you want to Google? Can someone start the microphone and speak, please?
हाँ करो यार, हम प्लेटफॉर्म पे जगह डिस्कस कर रही हो। सक्सेसफुल कितने नहीं क्लास नहीं बीच में रखवा देना। आज ही कॉल करना मुझे खा रहे हैं। अभी तरबूजा बोल रही थी।
Okay, can you mute?
कई सारे पा ही रहे होंगे।
Okay. Yeah, I think there are some huge disturbance. Anyway, yeah, we have done that. So the point I was making is that we hardly used to read that. It is mainly because there is some
करना पड़ेगा मेरे
उस दिन सर जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी सर ने ही दिया था टारगेट।
Sorry,
Yes.
Professor Sastabuddi sir, there
Yeah.
was some technical fault.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Now I think we have resolved it.
Yes.
Sir, you can continue, sir.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
So what I was saying is that we will not be reading or maybe not be ready to read all the material given to us, mainly because of one reason: we don't understand the context of why we should read all these things. They have given a list of like 20, 30 papers there. Why should we read it? Already we have a textbook, we have classes, we have attend the quizzes and exams and everything. Why you want us to read all that thing? The reason for that was it was providing additional material, additional knowledge to us. But the problem was because it was not contextualized for us, we always thought that it is a useless list of things. So not many people used to actually uh, uh, what will be happening on this particular reading material. What we have done now is that whenever we offer a course, we try to assume who all will be taking my course. So for example, I'm sorry, I'll have to stop the sharing of the screen. I have another activity for all of you. I am offering a course on 3D visualization and animation. Okay, or 3D modeling. Now tell me, from what different subjects will people join my course? From what other careers will people join my course? Those who want to go into that careers. So who will join my course? Can you give me an assumption? If I run an online course on animation, 3D modeling, then engineers. Okay, very good. And drug design, animation, researchers, very good. Students of fine arts, okay. Tell me the careers. What will people like to do after they take my course? Life science people, science teachers, pharma persons, okay. Civil engineers, teachers also, yes. Game app making, very good point. Nobody has said something about that, but let me ask you, do you think the 3D printing people will take the course because they have to print in 3D, so they need to know? Yes, right. So these are different types of people. As a teacher, I have to assume who will take my course in first place. And now when I want to give them additional reading material, I should give them reading material so that they can pursue their career. So what I do here is that, yes, 3D printing is used in many fields nowadays. So there will be professionals who want to get into this career. Now they will look at this course as an opportunity that if I learn 3D modeling, I will become a good 3D printing designer. Therefore, yes, all these lists are correct. What I do is that when I create additional reading material, I don't give a list of 20 subjects or 20 reading PDFs. I put them into boxes. I label it saying that this is a box for all those people who want to use animation as an entertainment career. This is a box of references for people who want to go into civil engineering and architecture. This is a box for people who want to go into educational animation, teachers and educational animators like Byju's and other things. So then when I create these boxes, what happens is that when a student enrolls in the course, they see that, okay, I have come here for learning and 3D modeling, but I have a plan of going into architectural modeling later on. what is there in front of me. So they will go to that box, and this is how what we have created. So this will be a box of references. This will be a box of references which we call as learning extension trajectory, which will have web links, documents, activities, videos, anything else. And the learners will access only that box. They will not read the all 30 or 50 references that you are given. I will only read these 5. And after I read these 5, I will have to give a quiz on that. Now, all of you are teachers and you know that for any activity, if you attach a quiz or marks, then the learners are definitely going to do it, right? So what I have seen in my courses also is that when I did this, people definitely go, definitely read. Not only that, when I show you examples, I can tell you how people have followed this in so much of detail that they have taken it up as a career in the future. And I'll tell you how it has happened. So this is the power of how reading material can be designed in a student centric manner rather than just random thing. Now this can be applied in your classroom also. You must be giving reading material and you must be giving a list of 25 papers. Instead of just giving a list of papers, my suggestion is make them into boxes and label them, saying that if you want to read about more about history in medieval period, read these books. If you want to read in the prehistoric times, please read these papers. That I think has a lot of interest created, and we have seen the effects already. So that is one. Finally, nobody wrote in the yeah, many people actually wrote in the chat box that one of the integral part is the discussion forum of a MOOC. Now again, I have a question. When you have gone to any MOOC, or even if you have seen any video on online, like on YouTube or something, how many people have actually read the comments below the YouTube? How many people have responded to the comments on YouTube? And how many people have posted the actual new questions on that particular comment? So can you see, can you tell me the percentages of people? 10%, but right about uh, the activity also. 10% have written there or seen there, or what is that? 25%, all these things. What rarely? Can you explain? 50 to 60 read. Okay. People are not watching full video. Who will read the comments, sir? Yes, that is also true. 5%. Okay. Archana Tripathi, can you stop screen sharing, please? Yes. Yes. So not many people respond, right? And that is where the peer interaction doesn't happen at all. People just don't realize what is that I'm going to get into from this discussion. Like nobody responds. So how do we do it? What we do is that we put a focus question. So if I ask a focus question, like right now, if I tell you that please keep posting your questions whenever you feel like, I will not get even 10 questions. But if I ask a question in between, I asked a focus question. How many people have um, uh, completed the book? What is your guess? Then people will answer. So if I give a focus question on a discussion forum, people definitely respond. And we have seen that in the past, in my courses, I have seen lots of discussion threads coming up and getting visibility and learning from each other because of that. Because they keep posting, they get responses on that. Then there are discussions happening there, and that becomes a discussion thread. Not only that, we also attach a small quiz based on the reflections which is happening in the discussion forum, and that has triggered lots and lots of discussion. In fact, for a recently completed course where Professor Natasha was also a co-instructor with me, we realized that there are some around 2000 people who are active in this course. However, the number of discussion threads were really high. Natasha, can you tell me the number? How many people were participating and what was the typical number of discussion posts that happened there?
For the first
Uh,
batch, there were several. So we are looking at around individuals posting more than 17 replies. Like that's like the maximum
right.
replies that they were posting. But we had over 3,000 threads.
Oh, yes. Over how many threads?
Over 3,000.
3,000 threads. Right. So that is what is, okay, we have some hand raises coming up here. Archana Tripathi raised a hand. How do I see the hand raises here? I can't see them. And how do I give that floor to them? Also, I cannot see. I'm sorry. I'll take it slightly later because Archana, madam, can you just post your question on the chat, please? I'm unable to see where to react to the hand raise. Huh.
We will try.
Swati Srivastav raised a hand. Okay, now I can see. Where is the hand raise? Okay. Virendra Maurya, Purushottam Mishra. So, okay, so let me see. Okay, so Virendra Maurya, if you have a question, please go ahead. I've allowed you to speak.
You can ask your question. Purushottam ji, you can ask your question.
Hello.
Purushottam Mishra ji, please ask your question.
Yes, sir. You are saying that we have to make a small contents instead of placing all the contents. We have to make small contents and then provide to the students, and every student who have different interest, they can search for their content. So, but in our education pattern,
correct,
they are required to study whole subject to get.
No, this is good point. I am not talking about the curriculum. Curriculum is mandatory. We are not going to tell them to see some part of curriculum. After the curriculum, when you have additional reading material, you have a list called additional reading, right? This is not part of the curriculum. This is additional reading, and many times we see that the students don't read anything out of that additional reading. I am saying instead of giving a long list of additional reading, you have to make smaller units of additional reading by labeling them. That what is the subject you teach, by the way?
The theory of machine engineering.
Okay. So what are the 5 topics in that theory of machine that you teach? What are the 5 topics?
Sir, kinematics of machine, dynamics of machine, cam and follower, gears.
Yes. Okay. So some person who wants to know more about gears, there should be 2 to 3 resources only about gears. There will be 5 resources only about advanced kinematics, advanced gear systems, and keep that as a reference material and title it that somebody wants to go on advanced gears should read this. Now we see that when you do such kind of thing, there is always a chance that people will read it, and not just read it, they will actually follow it also, because it is their interest that is now coming up there. It is not for any marks or something. And if you can assign a small quiz and maybe give 5 marks to that. We have seen that people don't just stop at reading one subject. They will read advanced kinematics also, they will read advanced gears also, and give all the quizzes. We have a problem when judging that where to give the marks now, because they can only get 5 marks. Even if they solve 5 quizzes, we can give only marks for 1 quiz now, because 1 quiz was mandatory. So this happens very, very frequently. This is a very tried and tested thing. But your query was correct. I am not talking about the curriculum. Don't cut the curriculum. Curriculum has to be there. I am only talking about the additional reading material. I hope I have answered your query.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anybody else had a hand raised? Thank you, Purushottam. Anybody else had a hand raised? Virendra Maurya or some name I forgot. Okay. But if there is no hand raised, I'll continue. Okay. Should I come back? Okay, thanks. So I'll share my screen again. So what happens is that therefore we create a focus question in the discussion forum so that people start answering it. And when people answer it, they get enriched because of the interaction that happens. And finally, because of the quiz, they also get an incentive for being in the discussion forum, for interacting with each other, and for even being attentive on the discussion forum. They get some marks for that. So therefore, we have seen that in a MOOC setting, when we apply these theories, the participation is extremely high. I am now going to show you a couple of examples on how this has been implemented, and then I will talk about it. And therefore, if you look at my presentation, on one right hand corner, I have given the name of this presentation as Mukha Karoti Vachalam. This is from the famous Sanskrit shloka, which says Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim, which means that because of the Almighty, even people who cannot speak can start speaking, and people who are not having a limb or a leg can also climb mountains. So instead of that same sentence, I have modified it slightly by saying, if we have good quality MOOCs, then everyone will be able to interact, impart knowledge, and learn from that. So therefore, I have titled it as Mukha Karoti Vachalam. Okay, so I have some very interesting examples to talk to you. This example is from a place called Borawa. So people who are from Madhya Pradesh will know this place. This is near a small town called as Maheshwar, and where there is a college called as Jawaharlal Institute of Technology, JIT. I got a mail from that college. I was offering a course on animation, and I got a mail saying that we want to, in your course, you have given a project, but we want to request you that instead of your rule of only 3 people can do a project, मेरे कोर्स में ऐसा रूल होता है कि सिर्फ 3 लोग ही प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे, 3 से ज्यादा लोग प्रोजेक्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो दिस गर्ल्स रोट टू मी कि हमें ऐसे रूल में थोड़ी सहूलियत दी जाए कि हम 3 के जगह पे 5 लोग इसको कर पाए. देन आई आस्क्ड देम, क्यों ऐसा रूल आपको चाहिए, आप 5 लोग मिलके क्यों करना चाहते हैं, 3 लोग मिलके करो. जैसे नहीं सर, हम लोग एक ही गांव से आते हैं, वो गांव दूर है यहाँ से, हमारी बस एक ही है, जो बस निकल जाएगी तो हम कॉलेज में भी रुक नहीं सकते बाद में, क्योंकि वापस आने का कोई तरीका नहीं है. तो मैंने कहा आप घर पे कर लीजिए. So then they said, sorry sir, घर पे नहीं कर सकते, because we have only 1 computer in 5 people here. तो हम 5 में से एक ही के पास कंप्यूटर है, तो अगर आप बोलेंगे कि 5 लोग नहीं कर सकते तो 2 लोग छूट जाएंगे. So I said, ऐसी है तो then I looked into my course planning, और उस असाइनमेंट को मेरे 0 मार्क रखे थे, क्योंकि मुझे पता था कि इतने सारे वीडियो आएंगे तो कौन चेक करेगा इसको, तो इसको सिर्फ सबमिट करने के लिए बोला था, कोई मार्क नहीं थे. तो मैंने उनको बोला, क्यों कर रहे हो ये सब झंझट, आप छोड़ दो, मत करो ये प्रोजेक्ट, और आप असाइनमेंट मत करो, आपको सर्टिफिकेट वैसे ही मिलने वाला है, आपका ग्रेड तो अच्छा आ गया है. जैसे नहीं नहीं सर, हम काम नहीं कम करना चाहते, हम काम स्किप नहीं करना चाहते, हम सिर्फ इतना चाहते हैं कि आप हमें ये मौका दे दे कि 5 लोग मिलके करें, और आपने बोला है 20 सेकेंड्स का एनिमेशन करना है, हम 20 की जगह 40 कर देंगे, लेकिन हमें 5 लोगों को एक साथ काम करना. तो मैंने फिर सोचा, और मैं एक्चुअली उनके घर जाके आया और उनके साथ मैंने बात की, उनको मैंने जानने की कोशिश की, उनके पेरेंट्स से बात की, और उसके ऊपर मैंने एक फिल्म भी बनाई है, डॉक्यूमेंट्री की लिंक है यहाँ पे. तो आप उसमें देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से छोटे गांव में जब आपको कंटेंट मिल रहा है, उसकी अहमियत कितनी ज्यादा होती है. तो बिकॉज दे वेर नॉट हैविंग एनी एक्सेस टू कंटेंट, दे एक्चुअली सेड कि सर हम इसलिए करना चाहते हैं कि ताकि ये कोई ना बोले कि ये लड़कियां थी तो इन्होंने ना स्पेशल रिक्वेस्ट करके असाइनमेंट टाल दी, या ये छोटे गांव से इसलिए वो कर नहीं पाई. वी आर नॉट डिफरेंट इन एनी एस्पेक्ट, वी जस्ट वांट टू बी इक्वल विथ एवरीथिंग. प्लीज गिव अस अ चांस एंड वी विल प्रूव इट. सो दे मेड अ फिल्म, दे मेड अ प्रोजेक्ट, इट वाज वेरी वेल अप्रिशिएटेड, और आज उनकी मिसाल दी जाती है बोरावा के कॉलेज में कि कैसे उन्होंने वो कोर्स कितने डिटर्मिनेशन से कंप्लीट किया. सो देयरफॉर आई कॉल देम पंचकन्या ऑफ बोरावा, और उनके ऊपर मैंने एक छोटी सी फिल्म बनाई है. दिस इज अनदर एग्जाम्पल जो डॉक्टर जयकृष्णन कह रहे थे थोड़ी देर पहले, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. राजकोट की स्टोरी है ये. राजकोट से मुझे एक मेल आया था, मैंने देखा कि राजकोट का रिजल्ट जो आता है उस कॉलेज का, मेरे कोर्स के अंदर करीब 100 बच्चे उसमें रहते हैं, और हमेशा सारे पास हो जाते हैं. अब टीचर के लिए ये बहुत मुश्किल बात है समझना कि 100% रिजल्ट कैसे आ रहा है किसी मूक के अंदर. सो मैं सस्पिशियस हो गया. देन I decided to actually go there and check out कि क्यों हो रहा है ऐसे. So I actually asked द टीचर कि क्या करते हो आप इसमें. तो उन्होंने कहा सर एक काम कीजिए, आप कल हमारे लैब में आ जाइए. उन्होंने एक लैब रखी थी, 100 से ज्यादा बच्चे बैठे थे वहां पे, एंड उन्होंने मेरा वीडियो प्ले किया स्क्रीन के ऊपर. जैसे ही वीडियो प्ले हुआ, लोगों ने देखा, एक्शन कुछ नहीं हो रही थी उसमें. मैंने समझाया था कि हाउ हाउ टू डू एनिमेशन, वो सब. लेकिन जैसे ही मेरा वीडियो खत्म हुआ, ये टीचर जो है यहाँ पे, जो सेंटर में खड़े हैं यहाँ पे, ये टीचर वहां चले गए स्टेज के ऊपर और उन्होंने पूरा वीडियो गुजराती में बोलना चालू कर दिया. और जैसे ही गुजराती में चालू किया, लोगों ने काम करना चालू कर दिया. माउस चालू हो गया, कीबोर्ड चालू हो गया, उन्होंने एक्टिविटी करनी चालू कर दी. एंड इतना ही नहीं, उन्होंने जो असाइनमेंट मैंने दी हुई थी, उस असाइनमेंट से थोड़ी इजी वाली असाइनमेंट, थोड़ी कम मुश्किल असाइनमेंट उन्होंने बनाई थी, और वो उनसे वो प्रैक्टिस करवा रहे थे सारे 100 बच्चों के साथ. उसके बाद उन्होंने बोला लैब खत्म हो गई, आप चले जाओ घर पे. और वो लोग घर पे जाके फिर वो फाइनल वाली असाइनमेंट करते थे. बट तब मैंने जब ये बच्चों से पूछा कि भाई मुझे ये बताओ कि मेरी अंग्रेजी इतनी खराब है कि आपको समझ में नहीं आ रही है. तो देन दे सेड सर नहीं नहीं, योर इंग्लिश इज नॉट बैड, बट गुजराती इज बेटर बिकॉज दैट इज आवर मदर टंग. No, that told us very important thing. In India, we have to talk about localization. We cannot go ahead with only one way of transmission. इसीलिए ये blended learning, ये mentored learning जो हम बोल रहे हैं कि मेरा content काफी नहीं है. एक local person उसको जरूरी है जो कि उसकी भाषा में उसके students को समझाएगा. और that is where these things matter the most. MOOC इसीलिए काम में आता है, ओपन सोर्स इसीलिए काम में आता है ताकि इसका लोकलाइजेशन अच्छी तरीके से. आई हैव वन मोर, एक्चुअली आई हैव लॉट्स ऑफ स्टोरीज बट आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू शो सम ऑफ देम. देयर इज वन मोर इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी. जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना कि हमारी टीम होती है, सो व्हाट इज दैट टीम? द टीम इज वेरी सिंपल. मैं क्या करता हूँ, मेरे मूक में जैसे ही मेरा मूक खत्म हो जाता है, सपोज मेरा अगस्त में मूक खत्म हो गया और मेरा नेक्स्ट मूक चालू हो रहा है नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर में, तो जनवरी के सेमेस्टर में मूक चालू होने के पहले मैं एक बार एक इनविटेशन लेटर भेजता हूँ मेरे बैच के सारे टॉपर्स को. जो भी 15-20 बच्चे टॉप किए हैं उनको मैं एक लेटर भेजता हूँ कि आप लोगों ने इस कोर्स में बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, आप मुझे अगले कोर्स के टाइम पे मदद करेंगे, बच्चों से बात कर दें. और 95% टाइम्स मुझे आंसर आता है यस, हम मदद करेंगे आपको. उनको मैं कोई पैसा नहीं देता हूँ, उनको सिर्फ मैं ये एज अ फ्री सर्विस की तरह उनको रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, एंड दे कम बैक टू अस. Natasha is one example of that. She was participating in one of my course and now she is my moderator here. And look at this. She is able to handle the queries without I talking about it. So she is responding to that. And she does that in a live course also. आप अगर देखेंगे तो मेरे मॉडरेटर्स के मैंने कुछ फोटो यहाँ रखे हैं और आप देखिए कैसी रेंज है. ये पहला फोटो है रोमी क्रिस्तो का, वो 3rd ईयर बीटेक ग्रेजुएट है. ये राधिका कामत है, ये टीचर रह चुके हैं, 17 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है उनको, लेकिन उन्होंने अपने आप को इसमें आने दिया और खुद ने उन्होंने काफी टीचर्स को, स्टूडेंट्स को उन्होंने काफी मदद की. मैथ्यू सनी, ये सेंट जोसेफ कॉलेज केरला में से आए हैं और ही हेल्प्स मी. देयर आर इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो. जब मैं इंटरनेशनल कोर्स पढ़ाता हूँ, जो मेरे कोर्स कुछ एनिमेशन कोर्स मेरे एडेक्स पे भी जा चुके हैं, वहाँ मैंने इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स को अपील की थी और वहां से भी मुझे बहुत सारे बच्चे आए थे. इनफैक्ट अभी कोविड के टाइम पे उन्होंने सब ने मुझे बहुत अच्छे अच्छे मैसेजेस भेजे थे कि हम एनिमेशन घर से पढ़ा रहे हैं बच्चों को, आपका ही कोर्स हम पढ़ा रहे हैं वहाँ पे, क्योंकि आपने ओपन सोर्स में दे दिया है, हम उनको पढ़ा रहे हैं. दिस इज हाउ स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी कैन बी एम्पावर्ड बाय हेल्पिंग ईच अदर. और जब ये बात करते हैं तो उनकी लैंग्वेज भी ऐसी होती है कि बाकी स्टूडेंट्स को जल्दी से जल्दी समझ में आ जाती है, बिकॉज दे आर ऑफ देयर एज. So that helps a lot. I have one more
We
example.
have couple of people who've raised their hands.
Couple of people have raised their hands. Okay.
Yes. Professor Vikesh Sharma.
Yeah. Ranjan ji, Satya Prakash ji, can you?
We are trying to allow them permission to speak.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can allow them to speak. I would like to hear the question.
Yeah, they have
you can skip. Mukesh Sharma, you can ask your question. Prabhat Sarkar sir. Prabhat Sarkar sir, can you ask your question?
Okay. I request to both Professor Sharma and Sarkar to type their questions if required. ठीक है? अरे ये कौन सा हो रहा है?
Maybe they are seeing sir Mahabharat.
Oh, yeah, I know. I can see that.
They may be watching on TV. That's why this sound is coming.
Yes. Okay. Let me go back to my screen and share one more example by the time. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Get a hand raise. Ask them to tell me on chat their questions, and you can then alert me on a question which has come up there. Satya Prakash sir, I request you to mute all so that we will not get the disturbance.
Okay, sir.
This is the example from another type of course where मैंने एक असाइनमेंट दे रखी थी. उसमें बोला था कि चेस का कोई पीस आप बनाइए, जैसे यहाँ दिख रहा है अभी आपको. सो उन्होंने चेस का ये प्यादा बनाने के साथ साथ they also made a chessboard. Some person made a chessboard. His name was Veerabhadra. He is from Gujarat again. When he made the chessboard, he didn't make a normal chessboard like black and white. He made a wooden chessboard with brown and yellow textures. जैसे उन्होंने वो पोस्ट किया तो लोगों ने पूछना चालू कर दिया, सर ये कैसे किया आपने? ये क्योंकि मैंने सिखाया नहीं था कोर्स के अंदर. What I told Veerabhadra is that can you make a video of your own by screen capturing how to do this kind of process? And Veerabhadra was very happy to do that. He actually made one video on that and he posted. The moment he posted, you could see that I watched your video and created models of chessboard and pawn and I am now trying that. So मैंने 101 submissions मिले उसके बाद मुझे. और आप यकीन नहीं करेंगे वो चेसबोर्ड सारे अलग अलग टाइप के चेसबोर्ड आ गए थे. किसी ने स्टेनलेस स्टील का चेसबोर्ड बनाया था, किसी ने ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट स्टोन का चेसबोर्ड बनाया था, किसी ने सोना और चांदी यूज करके चेसबोर्ड बना दिया था 3D मॉडलिंग के अंदर. द पॉइंट आई एम मेकिंग इज दैट ये सारी चीजें मैंने नहीं सिखाई थी उनको. दिस वाज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ माय करिकुलम. इट इज ओनली बिकॉज आई अलाउड अ स्टूडेंट टू टीच समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा. तो ये सब चीजें आनी चालू हो गई. सो द मोमेंट यू एम्पावर पीपल, जो डॉक्टर जयकृष्ण भी कह रहे थे, एम्पावरिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ यू फाइंड दैट समथिंग इज हैपनिंग वेरी नाइस, you should allow that person to be taking control of that and doing it in a better manner. You are always there to moderate it. अगर समझो वो ज्यादा हाथ के बाहर जा रही है situation, then you can always come into the picture and stop it. But I have not come across such a situation actually in all my experience of online teaching. This helps a lot and this has been a very good role model for me. So ये YouTube की लिंक है उनके, यहाँ पे उन्होंने जो किया था. जैसे मैंने कहा था मेरे स्टूडेंट्स और वो जो रीडिंग मटेरियल के बारे में जो पुरुषोत्तम जी ने सवाल पूछा था, सो ये एडिशनल रीडिंग मटेरियल का मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा था. तो मेरे रीडिंग
रुटीन करत बसतो आणि ज्याला खरंच इंटरेस्ट आहे ना तो कुठूनही शोधून आणून त्याचा बरोबर अटेंड करतो. त्याला याची गरज आहे. हा, तो अटेंड
टॉकिंग स्टडी
वेगळं वाटायला
चल रहा है सर यूनिवर्सिटी में. ये तो सर मुझे इतना डिटेल में नहीं पता, लेकिन इतना पता है कि
मैं भी दिख रहा हूँ.
क्या है आपकी? Okay. Okay, fine. अभी भी कहीं सी की आवाज आ रही है. Okay, I think it is now muted. Okay, is it okay now?
Yes, sir. It is now fine now.
Okay, great. So मैं जो बोल रहा था कि somebody will have an example interest in architectural modeling. So this is one example of that. This student of mine calling his main passion was architectural modeling. He actually created a app for इंटीरियर डेकोरेटर्स कि आप 3D मॉडल बना दिए और उसको आप क्लाइंट को सामने लेके जाते हो. क्लाइंट बोलता है कि मुझे वेरिएशन चाहिए, इसमें बैकग्राउंड मुझे गोल्डन की जगह पे व्हाइट वाला मार्बल चाहिए. यू हैव अ ऑप्शन हियर इन द ऐप. आप सिलेक्ट करोगे, आपको व्हाइट के साथ दिखेगा. आप सिलेक्ट करोगे, गोल्डन के साथ दिखेगा. Now this is the innovation which that person has done after taking my course. The app is not part of my course, by the way. Architectural designing is not part of my course. But how has that person done this? It is because of his or her passion. What I am telling you is that this is very unique point, that because I have provided this additional reading material in a bucket that they were interested to go and read, these things have come out of that. So okay, I have one last example. जो recently मेरा कोर्स खत्म हुआ है टेक्विप में. मैंने अभी एक कोर्स किया था जिसमें स्मार्ट बोर्ड्स कैसे इस्तेमाल करते हैं इसके ऊपर एक कोर्स किया था अभी, जो हाल ही में खत्म हुआ है. हम जो 2 ही इंस्ट्रक्टर थे, लेकिन साथ में जो टीचिंग एसोसिएट्स और डिस्कशन फोरम मॉडरेटर्स थे वो बहुत सारे थे. तो इनमें से नताशा गोम्स, प्रोफेसर फ्रॉम यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ गोवा, इज ऑलरेडी विथ अस टुडे. And these people have actually taken care of all the interaction with the participants, creating quizzes, instruments for surveys. So that has a collaborative work which has brought in a great number of what is a success story for us. क्योंकि 6000 participants थे और उसमें से completion rate is over 45%. एक्चुअली ये थोड़ा ओल्ड रेट है, शायद अभी वो 55% हो चुका है क्योंकि हमने जो टेस्ट ली थी उसके बाद में. एंड लॉट ऑफ क्वालिटी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस, बिकॉज हमने कैसे अडेप्ट किए चीज़ों को, हाउ वी क्रिएटेड वीडियोस. इन लोगों ने अपने वीडियोस बना दिए. जो कॉमन क्वेश्चंस आ रहे थे, FAQ हो रहे थे, वो हमने फ्रीक्वेंटली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चंस के लिए इन्होंने खुद ही अपने वीडियोस बना दिए एक्सप्लेन करते हुए. Now these kind of things are very unique and which can happen only in yes, Dr. Bajpayee was also, I think, yeah, he has been one of the participants there. So therefore what we keep saying is that we have to adopt blend in the learning. What is that blend in the learning? Blend is in terms of lecture or activity. ये एक blend हो गया, और एक blend हो गया ऑनलाइन टीचिंग, क्लासरूम टीचिंग. इनको blend करना है. There is one more teaching on technology A versus technology B. मतलब Moodle यूज करो, Google यूज करो, Zoom यूज करो, जो भी है आपको उसका भी blend करना है सही तरीके से. We have to also blend assessment techniques. मतलब आप क्विजेस लोगे या एंड ऑफ द सेमेस्टर एग्जाम लोगे या आप हर क्लास में कोई एक्टिविटी लोगे. It depends again. So you have to blend many things. What we have tried to do is that we have combined 2 things. One is simple information transmission के साथ साथ एक्टिव लर्निंग को ब्लेंड किया है. मतलब जैसे अभी आपने देखा, मेरा इंफॉर्मेशन तो मैं दे ही रहा हूँ, साथ साथ मैं पोलिंग या चैटिंग या जिस तरीके से मैं आपसे भी उसके फीडबैक ले रहा हूँ. So that is information transmission plus active learning. This is a blend. And another blend is which we call it as blending of pedagogies. हमने 2 pedagogies को blend किया है. एक होता है सिर्फ पढ़ाना, दूसरा होता है लोगों को सुनते हुए पढ़ाना. तो दोनों को मिक्स किया है. Then we have done blend of classroom learning और online learning. जैसे हम लोग दोनों को मिक्स करेंगे तो उससे हो जाएगा blending of technology. क्योंकि क्लासरूम में पढ़ाने के तरीके अलग है, ऑनलाइन पढ़ाने के तरीके अलग है, दोनों को हमने blend किया है. And if we blend these 2 things, what we get is a mix of both. and that mix of both actually gives you a infinity in terms of options. इसके infinite option बन जाते हैं, इसलिए इसको हमने नाम दिया है इनफाइनाइट लर्निंग फॉर IIT बॉम्बे, जिसके लिए मैं पिछले 5 साल से काम कर रहा था, और जिसके हिसाब से हमने ये सारे मेरे जो एनिमेशन के कोर्सेस जिस तरीके से हमने बनाए, ये सारे हमने इसके लिए बनाए थे कि ये ब्लेंड आपको दिखा सके हम. So in a nutshell, I can just tell you that what we are going to do here is that इसके आउटकम क्या क्या आए हैं. So for example, क्रिएशन हुआ है, जैसे ये कोर्स जो आप देख रहे हैं ये भी उसी का एक आउटपुट है. वैसे ही DY पाटिल कॉलेज में प्रोफेसर कुलकर्णी है, वो अपना एक FDP चलाते हैं, और उन्होंने मूडल के ऊपर अपना FDP चलाया है. कुछ 5-6 हजार टीचर्स उसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर चुके हैं ऑलरेडी. रंजन कुमार सर है जो यहाँ पे FDP चला रहे हैं, और उनके और सहाध्यायी होंगे जो लोग इसमें मदद कर रहे हैं उनको. तो ये जो है ये डायरेक्ट क्रिएशन के तरीके से उसका एप्लीकेशन हो रहा है. देयर इज अनदर एप्लीकेशन कॉल्ड एज एडेप्टेशन, जो मैंने आपको दिखाया कि ये कोर्स गुजराती में अडेप्ट करके भी पढ़ाया जा सकता है, क्योंकि हमने उसको ऑफर किया है. थर्ड ये ऑप्शन है, ये इसको हमने मेरे कुछ स्टूडेंट्स है, जैसे ये स्टूडेंट जो सामने दिख रहा है, ये कोर्स को लेके उसने उसका वर्कशॉप बना दिया है स्कूल के बच्चों के लिए. तो वो जाता है अलग अलग स्कूल्स में और एनिमेशन का वर्कशॉप ले लेता है. दिस इज एप्लीकेशन. इनफैक्ट उसको पैसे मिल रहे हैं उसके लिए. सो आई एम सो हैप्पी कि उसका यूटिलाइजेशन हो रहा है कहीं पे, और स्कूल के बच्चों में खासकर उसका क्रिएटिविटी को सपोर्ट करने में बहुत मदद हो रही है. ये नागपुर से लड़का है जो काम कर रहा है. एंड एडेप्टेशन अनदर ऑप्शन, जैसे कि ये फिनोलेक्स एकेडमी है रत्नागिरी महाराष्ट्र में, इन्होंने उस कोर्स को अपने करिकुलम में बना दिया है, ऐड कर दिया. ये मूक है, लेकिन उन्होंने बोल दिया कि ये जब भी ऑनलाइन होगा, हमारे सारे बच्चे इस मूक में भी पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे एज अ लैब एक्टिविटी ऑफ आवर कंप्यूटर साइंस सब्जेक्ट. सो इस तरीके से वी कैन सी दैट देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट कैन बी डन व्हेन वी ऑफर डिफरेंट थिंग्स. आई थिंक वी आर just at the end of the session. 12:35 already ho chuka hai, so I will stop here. This is my URL, this is my QR code which you can download, and this is my website. I am just going to request Professor Natasha to post my website so that people can download the presentation from there. मेरे सारे presentations Creative Commons license के अंदर होते हैं, तो आपको अगर कभी भी यूज करना हो प्लीज यूज कीजिए उसको. सिर्फ आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि ये मैंने समीर के वेबसाइट से लिए हुए हैं. दैट्स ऑल आई वांट टू हैव, एंड यू आर फ्री टू यूज ऑल दीज थिंग्स. प्लीज शेयर द स्क्रीन. ओके, वंस अगेन आई विल शेयर द स्क्रीन.
So I'll put in the link also.
Yeah. Okay.
So Professor Salman had a question.
Okay. Yes. What is the question? Can you post it on the chat, please?
Yeah. So the question is related to acceptability of local languages, or the challenges related to local languages in a MOOC, like at the national level and an international level. Does it foster collaboration? And what are your thoughts?
Okay. Salman, can you ask your question, please?
Salman ji, please raise your hand so that we can.
He has raised the hand. Okay, I have given you option to start your video. Can you speak, please? Yeah, you asked
Yes,
the question.
Yes, sir. I asked please comment on the acceptability challenges of the local languages when it comes to national and international platform, because the students may learn and interact also, but translation of the concepts and technologies to a global platform where English is the native language becomes a major issue in India. So please, can you comment on this?
Yeah, it is a very India specific problem, no doubt on that. But it also tells us that it is also India specific solution that we want. कोई फिरंग इसमें हमारी मदद नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से हमारा ट्रांसलेशन हो रहा है, मतलब मैं अगर हिंदी की भी बात करूं तो कुछ चीजें जो हम अंग्रेजी से हिंदी में लाते हैं तो उनके अगर अर्थ ही बदल जाए पूरे, क्योंकि वो ऑटोमेटेड है, तो वो हमारे किसी काम की नहीं है, क्योंकि वो फिरंग लोग कर रहे हैं उसको. जब हम अपनी लैंग्वेज ट्रांसलेशन का जिम्मा खुद उठाएंगे, तभी जाके जो सॉल्यूशन बनेगा वो हमारे काम का होगा. तब तक हमें एक्सपेक्ट करना बहुत मुश्किल है कि हमें जो सॉल्यूशन मिल रहा है उसको हम इजीली यूज नहीं कर सकते. इट इज अ बिग चैलेंज डेफिनेटली. तभी मैं कहता हूँ कि ब्लेंडेड मोड इसलिए काम में आता है कि जब तक ये नहीं रेडी है तब तक आप इस वीडियो को अपने तरीके से अपनी भाषा में अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाइए. वो ज्यादा अच्छा तरीका है. जब वो हिंदी में उपलब्ध हो जाएगा तब तो अलग ही बात हो जाएगी. Any other question? Hello, any other question?
Participants, if you are willing to ask questions, please raise your hand. We can unmute you.
Strongly agree with you. From Hindi to local language, NPTEL is asking to convert. Yes, everyone is trying to do that now. It will take time. It will take a lot of work in that area. That is definitely one reason. But okay, मैं यहाँ पे मेरी वेबसाइट की लिंक पोस्ट कर रहा हूँ जहाँ पे मेरे डाउनलोड सेक्शन में ये मेरे सारे स्लाइड्स अवेलेबल रहेंगे. हाँ बोलिए.
Sir, Dr. Ishtuti is willing to ask a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, it was a nice session. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, nice. I have a query.
Yeah.
I need to create some animation for some complex topics of physics.
Correct.
But it is very baffling for me to decide what platform to use and what kind of language to use. For example, there is a package Manim in Python, which is being used extensively for programming, but for creating animations in physics. But I have seen other animations also which were not created by using Manim, and they are very good. They are very good in communicating the intriguing concept of lying behind. But still, I'm not finding the platform which should be used to create animation for physics, especially.
Okay. I can only tell you that it is a chicken and egg story. First of all, let us understand that. The reason being that आपको एक टीचर की क्रिएटिविटी या एक स्टोरी टेलर की क्रिएटिविटी को मैच करने वाले टूल नहीं होते हैं. पहले क्रिएटिविटी आती है फिर उसके लिए टूल बनना चालू हो जाता है. मतलब जैसे हमने फोटोग्राफी चालू की उसके बाद जब किसी को लगा कि हमें ऐसा कैमरा या ऐसा लेंस चाहिए कि मेरा सामने वाली चीज फोकस हो और पीछे की चीज अनफोकस हो, ये जब क्रिएटिविटी आई तो उसके बाद वैसा लेंस बना. So similarly, even in animation tools, it is the requirement which will rule the decisions of what tools are available. But to answer very straightforward thing to you, you have to classify things into the requirements. For example, आपका ये जो concept है, ये क्या 2 dimensional एग्जाम्पल है या 3 dimensional है, उसके ऊपर से आप सबसे पहले टूल का चॉइस कर सकते हैं. उसमें कितना मैथमेटिक्स इन्वॉल्व है जिससे कि वो एक्यूरेसी सिमुलेशन की तरफ जाएगा, या ये केवल विजुअलाइजेशन तक है कि मतलब मुझे सिर्फ विजुअलाइज करना है कि अर्थक्वेक कैसे आता है. सो एक्चुअली अर्थक्वेक का कोई शूटिंग नहीं कर पाएगा, इसलिए अर्थक्वेक का एनिमेशन करना अच्छा होगा. ये वेरी गुड डिसीजन विच कैन बी डन ऑल्सो. बट ये अर्थक्वेक मुझे केवल विजुअलाइजेशन की तरफ पे दिखाना है. यहाँ पे किसी को मुझे रिक्टर स्केल का नंबर सेट करने को नहीं देना है. सो दैट कैन बी डन इन एनी एनिमेशन सॉफ्टवेयर. But if I have to create a animation which will react to the inputs of the person, then I have to give कि Richter scale पे इतना change करने से if I change the level, कौन सी इमारतें गिर जाएंगी, लोहा गिरेगा, कंक्रीट गिरेगा, पानी चेंज हो जाएगा, ये क्या होगा. ये सारी चीजें करने के लिए हमें सिमुलेशन सॉफ्टवेयर की जरूरत होती है. और एडवांस सिमुलेशन सॉफ्टवेयर है, बहुत सारे हैं. आपको मैं एक दो नाम बता सकता हूँ क्योंकि आपने पाइथन का जिक्र किया. ब्लेंडर करके एक सॉफ्टवेयर जो कि मैं बेसिकली पढ़ाता हूँ, इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर क्रिएटिंग सिमुलेशंस, क्योंकि ये एक ही सॉफ्टवेयर ऐसा है जिसमें गेम क्रिएशन परमिटेड है. मतलब गेम क्रिएशन का एक अलग मॉड्यूल उसके साथ है. मतलब ज्यादातर सॉफ्टवेयर जैसे माया सुना होगा आपने या 3D स्टूडियो मैक्स सुना होगा, ये सब केवल 3D विजुअलाइजेशन क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इसको गेम में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए आपको किसी गेम इंजन में जाना पड़ता है, जैसे यूनिटी हो जाए या बहुत सारी गेम इंजन है। लेकिन ब्लेंडर
Even Python has something like Pygame.
Yes, but Blender is the only one which has a game engine, and it is basically based on a physics game engine called as Bullet. So काफी अच्छे तरीके से इसमें काम हो चुका है। अगर आप कभी मेरी वेबसाइट देखेंगे और उसमें अगर आप ब्लेंडर कीवर्ड टाइप करेंगे तो आपको उसके ऊपर बनाए हुए सिमुलेशंस के भी एग्जांपल दिखाई देंगे। मेरे साथ काम करने वाले काफी स्टूडेंट्स ने अलग अलग सिमुलेशन कर चुके हैं, जैसे आंख के इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर का सिमुलेशन किया है, दैट वी कैन एक्चुअली कंट्रोल द मॉडल यूजिंग आवर आईपैड। सो आप आईपैड को रोटेट करेंगे तो मॉडल उस तरह से घूमेगा। तो इट रिएक्ट्स टू ग्रेविटी, इट रिएक्ट्स टू टेम्परेचर, इट रिएक्ट्स टू लाइट, all that is possible in Blender.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there any video on information about Blender? Okay, so लोग ब्लेंडर पे बहुत सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, तो ये एक मैं ये दे देता हूँ आपको एक सॉल्यूशन की तरह। मैंने एक ई बुक बनाई है और वो फ्री ई बुक है। उसके बारे में आपको अगर पढ़ना है तो मैंने एक लिंक अभी आपके यहाँ पे मैं पेस्ट कर देता हूँ। वो ई बुक आप फ्रीली डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं और इस ई बुक में आप ब्लेंडर सीख सकते हैं। वो बहुत बेसिक पढ़ाता है, लेकिन जो सारे एग्जांपल मैं दे रहा हूँ, ये मेरे बच्चों ने ये किया है, वो किया है, ऐसे एनिमेशन किया है, वैसे, ये सारे लोग इसी बुक के साथ सीख के बड़े हुए हैं। मैंने तो उनको जो सिखाया है उसकी तुलना में वो आज जो कर रहे हैं वो बहुत बड़ी बातें हैं। ज्यादातर वो लोग जो कर रहे हैं वो तो मैं भी नहीं कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन यही ब्यूटी है मेरे ख्याल से एक शिक्षक होने की, कि आप उसी टाइम ज्यादा खुश हो जाते हैं जब आपके बच्चे आपसे ज्यादा अच्छा करते हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि आपको जिनको भी इसमें रुचि है वो जरूर इस ई बुक का फायदा ले सकते हैं, और जिनको लगता है कि किसी और को उसमें रुचि होगी, आप जरूर उन तक ये पहुंचाइए संदेश, और ये मेरी आप लिंक उन तक पहुंचाइए। ब्लेंडर सीखने में उनको मदद हो जाएगी। बहुत ही सरल है। मैं टिपिकली यही बोलता हूँ, नो रजिस्ट्रेशन, नो फीस, नो सर्टिफिकेट, ओनली नॉलेज। दैट इज द mantra I have used in making that ebook. It will be available to you on this link, and you can go and read about it. Thank you. बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग सा ईबुक है बाय द वे। एक ही सेकंड में आपको मैं बता देता हूँ।
I'll share the link on the chat.
Yeah. क्या आपको ये ई बुक दिखाई दे रहा है, बेसिक 3D एनिमेशन यूजिंग ब्लेंडर?
या सर।
ओके, तो ये ई बुक ऐसे खुलता है और बिल्कुल बुक की तरह उसको स्ट्रक्चर किया गया है। आपको मान लीजिए रेंडर सेटअप के बारे में जानना है, आप क्लिक करेंगे वो किताब चली जाएगी वहां तक। रेंडर सेटअप, कैमरा सेटअप का ये वीडियो यहाँ पे प्ले हो जाएगा, जो कि आप फुल स्क्रीन में चला सकते हैं। और यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं जो भी उसमें कैसे पढ़ाया गया है। आप फुल स्क्रीन में इसको देखेंगे किस तरह से पढ़ाया गया है। आप मेरा वीडियो साथ में पीछे स्क्रीन कैप्चर और जो स्टेप्स समझानी है मुझे, उसके लिए किया हुआ स्लाइड्स है, उसके ऊपर उसके एनिमेशन कैसे किया गया है वो दिखाया गया है। और ये सारा किताब जो है में हर वीडियो के नीचे एक छोटी सी एक्टिविटी दे रखी है, जो कि आपको अगर आप आंसर करेंगे यहाँ पे तो गलत आंसर होगा तो उसको आपको एक फीडबैक भी दिया जाएगा, और अगर आप शो आंसर करेंगे तो सही आंसर बताया जाएगा। आपको यहाँ पे स्कोर भी दिखाई दिया जाएगा, और आपका, और आप इन सारे किताब में से जो भी पन्ने हैं उनको आप बुकमार्क कर सकते हैं कि अगर मुझे इसको सेव करना है बुकमार्क को, और मुझे फिर से मैं जब जाऊंगा इंडेक्स पेज पे आपको दिखाई देगा कि ये वाले बुकमार्क लाल हो चुका है यहाँ पे, ताकि ये बुकमार्क किए हुए चीज़ें। और ये बहुत ही सरल तरीके से आप इसको इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, बहुत ही सिंपल सा बनाया हुआ है और काफ़ी इफेक्टिव भी देखा है मैंने इसको। ओके, थैंक यू।
Vivekanand ji, thank you so much, sir, for your very informative and very interactive session.
Thank you.
Hopefully, our all participants will get benefited about this new technology what you just shown us today. The mentoring aspect, online education's do's, don't do's. Thank you so much, sir. Again.
Yes. As I said, you can share my links for the presentation, and
Yes.
I thank Ambedkar College in Lucknow for this opportunity to interact with so many teachers at the same time. And I also thank Professor Natasha to help me out during this session. And of course, your team there, Dr. Satya Prakash and Ranjan ji, I kept getting every step के टाइम पे मुझे यहाँ मैसेज आते रहते थे कि आपको अभी इनसे आपको बात करनी है, आज के कोऑर्डिनेटर ये रहेंगे. तो ये वेरी वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड एफडीपी आई शुड से. मुझे सुबह सुबह आ गया था मैसेज सत्य प्रकाश सर का नंबर कि आप इनके साथ बात कीजिए कि आज के ये मॉडरेटर है, टेक्नोलॉजी ये सब हैंडल करेंगे. आई रियली लाइक इट द वे यू हैव मैनेज्ड इट. वेरी वेल डन.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your kind recognition.
Now we'll go ahead to our next session, valedictory function. So before that, I will request if there is announcement from our team, like Chandel sir.
Dr. SP Singh, please announce regarding the feedback.
Sir.
Yeah, a feedback link will be shared with you during the session also regarding the whole program, and it will be also available on your Moodle on this FDP's Moodle course also, which you have to fill. It is a mandatory part of our program. After getting the feedback only, or after you will complete the feedback, then only your certificates will be released. And it will take around 5 to 10 days to release your certificate, because we have to evaluate your assignments also. So accordingly, the certificates will be released to the performers.
Yes.
Hey, I have one more point. Sorry to come back.
Yeah. Yes.
So sorry, but I have an important point to say, and that point is very important. That हम जब भी FDP करते हैं, so सैकड़ों लोग उसमें रजिस्टर करते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग रजिस्टर करते हैं, हजारों में कभी-कभी हो जाता है. IIT बॉम्बे का FDP जब चलता है तब 3,500, 4,000, 7,000. There is no number like that. But the point I am saying is that अगर हम FDP दोबारा करते हैं या कहीं और हमारा सेशन होता है या कहीं और FDP होता है, हमें दिखता है कि एक पर्टिकुलर नंबर है वो जो हर जगह जहाँ भी हमारा FDP हो रहा है वहाँ पहुँच जाते हैं, वहाँ रजिस्टर कर लेते हैं as a participant. The problem I am telling you is that the efforts that we are doing is faculty development program is so that you should become the FDP coordinator someday. That is how things will happen. तो मुझे ये कहने के लिए बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि लखनऊ का ये जो ग्रुप है, ये लोगों ने केवल FDP अटेंड करने तक सीमित नहीं रखा और उन्होंने FDP कंडक्ट करने तक अपने आप को ले गए. तो आई रियली कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट दिस टीम फॉर टेकिंग इनिशिएटिव्स लाइक दैट. तभी जाके दिस थिंग्स विल ग्रो, नहीं तो ये ग्रुप हमारा कम रह जाएगा. सो आई थिंक दिस इज वेरी वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड थिंग, बट दिस इज अ इम्पोर्टेंट टेक अवे. आज जो भी FDP ले रहे हैं उनको अपने हर तौर पे, मतलब हो सके तो अपने लैब में सबसे पहले FDP ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं कि जो इसमें से सारे मिले हुए कंटेंट उनके साथ शेयर करें, फिर कॉलेज में कर सकते हैं, फिर आजू बाजू के कॉलेज के लिए कर सकते हैं, और फिर आप स्टेट लेवल, नेशनल लेवल, इंटरनेशनल लेवल FDP कर सकते हैं. लेकिन यू हैव टू स्टार्ट बिकमिंग द मॉडरेटर फॉर दैट. सो मुझे लगता है कि दिस इज वन थिंग दैट वी हैव डन. तो जो अटेंडीज है इस बार, वो खास करके इस बात को गौर करें कि यू हैव टू कम आउट ऑफ the attendee mode sometime